Okay, so lately I've been mucking around with a bit of molasses and water, trying to clean up the steering column and the gear shift and whatnot for our beautiful Fiat 501. So this is how they've come up after, I think it's about 4 or 5 days just sitting in the molasses and water. I've just gone over with a wet and dry and covered them WD-40, and they're basically ready to be nickeled and whatnot. So that's come out nice. Just as a comparison, you can see this here. That's one of the linkages that goes to the carburetor. When you compare that with this one, which is what it was like when it first went in a couple of days ago, yeah, it just come brilliant. So basically, show you what the bath looks like. I went to the local farm and produce store or fodder store, whatever you want to call it. I bought 20 litres for $30, and then I just mixed it with water, and I should have probably made it about 1 to 7 or so, but I just threw it in, didn't really pay much attention to what ratio it was. But as you can see, this bottom part's been in for a while. I've given that a bit of a scrub. I just got to put it in for a bit longer. It's still not quite done yet. But basically, after 4 or 5 days, they'll come out and they'll still look rusty and all shitty like that. But then you'll be surprised, because what I do is I just take it round here, and I go to a scrubbing brush, just like little cheap ones from a cheap shop, work a treat. And it's a bit hard with one hand, but you can give it a bit of a scrub. Bastard, come back here. Then I just get some water onto it, and you can see that it comes up if you just, yes, if you gave the whole thing a scrub, it'll come up alright. So, and you can even you can sort of brush off with your fingers too, just wipes off. So yeah, that's that. That's a very easy way to clean parts stuff if you're patient enough. So yeah, and that's what the molasses comes in, just a big tub like that. Oh, now so all I've got to do basically now is get the arms and linkages and whatnot all nickeled, and then I've got to get some new bushes to go inside of here, because they're worn to absolutely buggery. They're stuffed. And then we can put it all back together. Now you see these. This is that's a gate change for the gear shift, and then this is you know, a few other little brass bits and whatnot for the whole setup. I basically just use vinegar and salt mixed together. You just dissolve as much salt as you can into the vinegar. I use an ice cream container. That's got a bit of molasses in it, so and yeah, just put them in there for maybe 10 minutes. Took them out, gave them a scrub with that wire brush. Just be careful not to scratch it. Then just washed it off with water and got some metal polish onto it. For this I just used Brasso, and it came up a treat. They've tarnished a bit since then, but yeah. Now compare that to this. This is in one of the old gear shifts and whatnot that we had, and that's what the other one was like. It was just, it was horrible. I mean, when you compare that to how it's come up, it's unbelievable. There's the other gate shift too. Now, as you might notice, it's a right-hand drive car with a right-hand steering gear shift. Sorry, yeah, which is really going to be really awkward to drive. I'm gonna have to get used to that. But in Australia, so yeah, basically what happens is that just goes to the linkage. So your gearbox is down here, but of course can't put this in, so your gearbox and your differential in. So we've got to get them out of the way first. The diff's actually an interesting story. That's it was completely blown up when we got it. Here's the original housing, and now actually 2 different housings that are put together, and it's just, you know, completely blowing itself up, which in turn caused the diff to come out of alignment and did that to it. And same to the crown wheel too. Well, you probably can't see it as much in there. So that was a lovely surprise. I was draining the oil out and big chunks of metal come out, and I'm like, oh shit. So, but I've cleaned up everything else. Everything else is all ready to go. There's your housing for it, or the torque tube. Sorry. The cardon shaft, and we've got another housing from a swap meter. That was a swap meter. No, someone else had a Fiat. Yeah, so that's all ready to go back in. But then we just acquired a 503 diff which actually had a stronger housing like this. So we've got to get that off our mate that took it back from the Bendigo swap meet for us. We've got to pull that apart and get the new housing out of it, and hopefully that one's alright, because a lot of them are cracked, and if it is, that'll be great. So you just got to do that, and then that should be set to go in. Got to get our brake shoes redone. Here's the drum, or the, I don't know, whatever you want to call it. I got the two drums there, one there, another one there. As you can see, the original brakes, a bit less to be desired. That's the original ones. These are being redone sometime in their life, but probably still need new ones. So that's your foot brake, and that was your hand brake. And it's only rear wheel brakes, no front wheel brakes. So you don't want to be going too fast and don't want to tailgate in this. And it's a 501C, so Colonial, and you can tell that by the rear bar goes across the back, so it's got a wider track, suitable for the buggy tracks and off-road tracks and whatnot, blah blah blah. This is our engine that we've got in it. It's actually a 24 engine, but the car's a 23, as you can tell by the chassis number. I don't know if you can see that. 113-10290, so the third digit, which is a 3, indicates the year. Yeah, so the original engine was just absolutely buggered. It had already been bored out, and the gudgeon pins had come loose from the conrods. Routed to the side of the bores and just put lovely gouges up and down every single cylinder. So, and all the bearings were crumpling and everything like that. So if you wanted to restore that engine, you need a lot of bucks. This one's basically original. Just had to put new oil rings in it, and gasket and whatnot, and that's it. So had the magneto rewound, and that bloody thing gives you a spark if you're not ready. I've done that a couple of times. Yeah, then just got a petrol tank up underneath the cowl. Got the axle at an engineer's place, just got to go pick that up. That's been, well, we found some new old stock Kingpins on eBay and got them polished up and got new brass bushes to fit them and had them fitted in the axle, so that's all good, that's all nice. That's all I can really show you from them. Got some new tyres for it, they're not bloody cheap, as you'd expect. I don't know if you can see down there, but yeah, got your gearbox in there. Haven't even looked at that bloody thing yet, but I think it's I think it's alright. I can put it in all gears and I can turn it around and I can't feel any knocks or any teeth missing, sort of thing. So hopefully it's okay. I just gotta get to it. Yeah, I've been working on this for about 2 years now, but really it's probably only classed as 1 year because this whole year I've been doing year 12 at high school, and I sort of just shut this out. Well, not that I wanted to, but I knew school was more important, so I just concentrated on that for the time being. But oh yeah, and here's our body for it. I just made up a makeshift hood for it, with a couple of rags and stuff. As you can see, I've sort of looked around, taken some of the paint off to try and find the original colour. And we think this green is the original colour. It had like a yellow pinstripe that went across the body and all that and whatnot. And then it was red at some stage, and then we're not sure, this might have also been the original colour. We're not sure, like the lighter green, because that's underneath the darker green, if you can see that. But yeah, I mean, there's not a lot of rust in it. I mean, you got a little bit there, and then yeah, just your mandatory rust around the bottom top, but that's all repairable. It's nothing major. I've seen a lot worse in 70s, 80s Holdens. So this is actually a Bagshaw body made in either Adelaide or Mannum in South Australia. I'm not sure. One of the two. They had two factories. So I mean, there's no badges on it, unfortunately, but did get all the badges that came with the car. There's your body badge, or whatever you want to call it. And you can see that C there, 501C. Yeah, we got all the dash, but I'll keep that inside. Not a lot else I can really show you. I can crank her over a little bit. Get my hand out of here. It's got bloody... It's hard. Just believe me. Actually, I reckon if I put the camera here, you'll be able to hear the air escaping out of the little exhaust pipe we got there. If you could hear that, just coming out down there and that one there. Yeah, did the bloody chassis the hard way with a wire buff and a drill, just like that. You can see there. We went through so many of them, did the whole bloody chassis, because Dad was too stubborn to get a sandblaster, so it was going to cost too much. So did it all by hand. That was hard work. I rebuilt the starter, Dad rebuilt the dyno motor. The starter works well. The dyno puts out about 14 volts, I think. So that's a good thing. Yeah. That's about all I can show you for now. Thanks for watching.